What's up, Dragon Brood? This is just kind of a personal announcement video because I think there's going to be questions. People are going to say, why are you over streaming on Facebook? Well, there's a few reasons. And the first is that there's just extra networking. I started looking at the stuff I'm doing on YouTube and stuff I'm doing on Twitch. Said, well, there's actually another market available on Facebook that I'm not reaching out to. So I'm going to be over there for a bit. And I'm not going to stop anything that's here on YouTube, so you'll still get the videos. No issues there. And if you follow me on Twitch, we're still going to have at least 2 nights a week during the week, and I'll probably be doing a weekend stream there, just moving Monday to a weekend day. So you're still going to get plenty of content on the other platforms. That won't be changing if you follow my stuff. So that's the good news for you. For me personally, though, like I said, it's opportunity. I've been testing some things over there for a couple of weeks, and the results have been actually surprisingly positive. And that's one of the reasons I'm considering it. The other is that I spent some time talking behind the scenes with Facebook, and I am joining one of their programs. So we're going to see how that goes for me. But they actually put out a thing, I guess about 8 weeks ago now, beginning of December, and it was for their Black Gaming Creator Program. And that's something that I wasn't sure was going to be a thing, how long it was going to take, but as it turns out, they actually reached out to people pretty quick. And I have to say, with the, we'll call them racial issues we've encountered on Twitch, this is kind of a breath of fresh air and a little bit of a different opportunity. So that's one of the reasons I'm considering that. But I also wanted to say, beyond all that, there are some other things that I think people should consider if you haven't been streaming on Facebook. One of the things is some of you really enjoy playing popular music. I know that's a big concern because I have friends who've dealt with DMCA issues all over Twitch. All their VODs, everything else have been a problem. I'm sure you've seen it in the news and on posts here on YouTube over the last probably 3 to 4 months. Apparently that's something that Facebook has figured out how to solve, and as far as I can tell, you can play most popular music without any real penalty. And I was told even if there was, you just reach out to them and they'll help you resolve it. That's something you don't get the benefit of on Twitch, which is actually kind of nice. I don't necessarily worry about it because I've kind of gotten spoiled by YouTube and their whole YouTube audio library and using that music. So that's actually mostly fine for me, and I just play that in the background. But hey, if you're a popular music person, that's a big benefit. And again, I want to talk about reach. The other biggest thing is they have several ways to let you promote your stuff. They actually just do a lot like YouTube as far as recommendations. There's also a lot of just like, hey, you like this person, maybe you like this. There's something tied to one of your groups, you can promote in there. Like you can have your private groups attached to your actual streamer channel. There's a lot of ways to kind of manage and maintain your own personal ecosystem that you don't have access to on something like Twitch and YouTube. So that's actually pretty cool too. They also have a lot of the same stuff as far as subscriptions, stickers, all that stuff that you get on the other platforms is also there. So things you're familiar with also exist. You can still raid other streamers, or what they call, I believe, chaining is the term they use, but same difference. So a lot of the stuff you're used to actually does exist, surprisingly. And I've spent some time learning their UI for their streamer creator page, I think is what they call it. And there's actually a lot going on there. Lots of ways to manage it. It lets you tie in your things. You can make adjustments midstream. It gives you lots of informational readouts. So that's all fine and good. I mean, it's very little to complain about. Now, I will admit, as far as figuring out like the bits donation system like they have on Twitch, the comparative on Facebook is something called stars. Like, I don't know, that's something I'm gonna have to learn, but it's all there, and I have to admit, if you look over the last 2 years, they've actually seen significant amounts of growth year over year, and their platform's only a couple of years old. So we don't really know how hard they can push it or how high they can go, but I'm at least willing to experiment here in the early stages and see how it ends up. But again, this isn't me saying like, hey, you need to rush over to Facebook. This not it at all. One of the things I've preached since the beginning when I first started, and one of the things I knew, which I've seen repeated by other content creators and streamers and instructors, is that you really need to be on multiple platforms. Expecting that you're just going to sit down, fire up your camera, have a cool idea, or even just be the best at a particular game, and people are going to stream and just flow to you, that's just not the case. It doesn't happen for the majority of people. Unless you're already really big or well known in a certain category, or you happen to go viral or you're part of some network, it's still long, slow growth. So one of the best things you can do is just be on multiple platforms. Because contrary to popular belief, Not everybody that uses one platform uses the other. And even when they do, they don't use them the same ways. So there are people who will only watch videos on YouTube that happen to be on Facebook. And the same could be said about both over on Twitch, right? That's just a thing. And I've already seen that for myself, where I've had many people from YouTube come watch me on streams over on Twitch. I've seen people from Twitch join in my Discord and follow me on Twitter, right? So you kind of have to shuffle audiences around, I guess, for lack of a better explanation, within your own personal streamer ecosystem. And this is one more way to do it. It's going to get me reach to more people, give me more opportunity, give me a chance to meet other streamers that I can possibly work with, and that could be cool too. So there's a lot of doors open by doing this. Now, you do have to balance your time and make a schedule and everything else. So it just may not be beneficial for people to do more than one platform. And I get that, but as you start to expand, it's really something to consider. For myself, I just decided to try them and we'll have a schedule and we'll just see what happens. I think it's going to be pretty high on the upside, but it's definitely going to be interesting. But again, I'm putting this out for all of my regular viewers who have questions and just saying like, why are you going to Facebook? I get it. Like, here's the thing. Some people don't like Facebook. Great. Some people won't watch it. And that's totally understandable. I'm not saying you need to follow me over there. I get it. We all have our preferences and we watch each platform and use them how we use them. Some people just say, oh, cool, you're there. So while I'm streaming or I'm watching some reading through posts, cool, I may stop and watch a video. Awesome. I appreciate it. The other thing too is I get it. Each platform has their problems, especially as far as social issues. Like I said, I've already mentioned on Twitch some of the stuff we've seen over the last few weeks as far as like racial tensions. You know, obviously there's been some political stuff, though both sides say they hate what Facebook is doing, so it's kind of funny. But regardless, you know, and then we recently even had issues with YouTube where a bunch of us just didn't get paid for a month and a half, 2 months, right? So everybody's got something going on, so I get it. You pick and choose your battles and where you want to be, and I'm not going to tell you which one's right or wrong or who to go with or not. This is just an opportunity for me to try and go for it. We're going to see what happens. Now, I will say, if you have any other questions, I'll gladly answer them. Hop over to my Discord description, or the link is down in the description below. It's open to the public. Anybody can come by, talk, ask questions. I love helping other people get started and talk about different streaming options. So hey, come say hi, or if nothing else, come see me over on Facebook. Or you can just hang around here and wait for my videos to show up as normal, because that shouldn't be changing. As usual, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.